In the entire Dragon Ball saga, we've always seen various warriors and alongside them their transformations. What makes Dragon Ball so great and captivates fans so much? Even though for many, some transformations that are highlights, for others aren't what they seem or should be, a mix of love and hate from fans. Since after Dragon Ball became the giant it did, IT left behind the Saiyan essence. It became merely a hair color change, but after a few years, currently, has this been rescued? Gohan Beast, Piccolo, Vegeta Ultra Ego, and the Ultra Instinct, which we were revealed is not a transformation, but by the change of appearance in the user, let's consider that it is. Let's see if we'll make a part 2 with the best ones from the entire Dragon Ball series. Whis, the angel who accompanies Beerus, the god of destruction of Universe 7, currently, is the master of Goku and Vegeta, and he always makes it clear about some transformations that his students go through. To avoid making it a too long video, let's put only a top 7, which is the number of the universe of our beloved Z Warriors. And we already start at a high level. In 7th place, we go straight to a variation of the Super Saiyan God, where Goku asks Shenlong about the Super Saiyan God and becomes the Super Saiyan God for the first time. But after fighting Beerus and acquiring for himself the Divine Key, both Saiyans Goku and Vegeta, after training on Beerus' planet, acquire the form of Super Saiyan Blue. This transformation in itself is very strong, but it's said that both have already surpassed it. So, I preferred to opt for Goku's Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, which is a transformation with an additional. The Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken is a technique used by Goku in Dragon Ball Super. This technique is a combination of the pure power of the Kaioken technique with the greater ki control of the Super Saiyan Blue. In the anime, this variation of the Kaioken synchronizes the two separate power impulses between Goku's divine transformation and the special technique, which is emphasized by the double aura effect, placing a Crimson Kaioken aura outside of a typical Super Saiyan Blue aura. Goku began developing this technique for eventual use against Beerus. While fighting against the participant from the 6th universe, Hit, Goku uses the tenfold amplified Kaioken combined with the power of Super Saiyan Blue, making him extremely powerful and managing to surpass Hit's time skip ability. The fact is that even Beerus was astonished, not expecting this transformation, but it cost Goku a lot, because Kaioken is a double-edged sword, and if the user slips up a little bit, they can even die, which was not the case with Goku, who has a very refined ki control. In 6th place, we have Kale in her Berserker form. Kale, a Saiyan from Universe 6, achieves a transformation known as Berserker Super Saiyan. This form is similar to Broly's legendary form, but with a bit more rage. Kale gets a golden-green glow in her aura and hair, and the transformation causes her to lose control. This is Kale's most powerful transformation in Dragon Ball Super. The same one who during the Tournament of Power arc manages to keep her control and transform normally. I hope they explore more the Saiyans of the 6th universe, who knows, a complete arc of Vegeta, making a visit and training the Saiyans there, including his student Kale. In 5th place, we give way to him, the unmatched monster, the mortal whose power surpasses even a god of destruction. Do you already know who? I'll tell you, but first, I ask you to subscribe to the channel to keep receiving videos. Leave a like and comment if you already figured out who I'm talking about. If you said Jiren, you got it right. Jiren demonstrated a lot of power during the Tournament of Power arc, and in the end showed his form, the super full power. Jiren is a man who devotes everything to justice and never acts for selfish reasons. He believes that strength is synonymous with justice and, therefore, constantly seeks to increase his power. His duty is to protect the peace of the 11th universe, and he is not interested in becoming the god of destruction or in the Tournament of Power. In childhood, Jiren lost his parents to a villain. He was rescued and trained by Jiren, who became his martial arts master. However, when the villain returned, Jiren and his allies were unable to defeat him, resulting in the death of many of his friends, including his master. This led Jiren to believe that strength is the only way to protect those he cares about. The super full power is a form that Jiren uses when he is at his maximum power. In this state, Jiren is able to compete with Goku in perfected Ultra Instinct, gaining enough power to surpass the instant defense of Ultra Instinct and even initially surpassing Goku in raw power. Being defeated only by Goku, Frieza, and number 17, but still being the strongest of them, and still one of the strongest in terms of raw strength. And the fourth place goes to none other than our beloved Emperor of Universe 7. And yes, guys, this transformation of Frieza has already made it clear that it surpasses Goku and Vegeta currently, but the issue here is that IT hasn't been presented to US in its maximum yet, right? We've only had a glimpse of Frieza's power currently with his black form. The Black Frieza is a new transformation of Frieza in Dragon Ball Super. This transformation was achieved after Frieza trained for 10 years inside a time chamber located on one of the planets he conquered in the past. As the name suggests, the transformation markedly changes Frieza's appearance, adopting a new color scheme. Black Frieza is currently the most powerful mortal character in Dragon Ball, as evidenced during the Granola arc, where he quickly defeated Goku and Vegeta at their peaks. Frieza trained for about 10 years in total in the space and time room, also known as the hyperbolic time chamber. This allowed him to surpass the strength of Vegeta's Ultra Ego and Goku's Ultra Instinct. However, he did not want to kill Goku and Vegeta, leading to belief that these 10 years of evolution were not only about power, but also about his mentality. Since Frieza among his species is still considered a child, and now he has grown up with even higher plans, which left Goku and Vegeta pondering after he left. After that, they even commented with Whis about it. Finally, we arrive at the top 3. Comment below which are your top 3 transformations, guys. The Miserable and a Genius, the owner of this iconic phrase, is our third place, the legitimate heir prince of the Saiyan race, who said this phrase directly to Goku. But what he didn't know is that he too is a genius, always achieving new transformations with more effort than others. Nothing for Vegeta comes easily, but that's in the past now. Vegeta has achieved his strongest current form, the Ultra Ego, a technique taught to him by Beerus to counter Goku's Ultra Instinct. Before this transformation, Vegeta had a Phase 2 of Super Saiyan Blue, which he gained during the Tournament of Power, but IT wasn't enough for the Prince of the Saiyans. So, he asked Beerus to teach him something, and as he is a direct candidate for the position of God of Destruction, Beerus made sure to teach him the Ultra Ego. The Ultra Ego is an ability awakened by Vegeta in Dragon Ball Super that utilizes the power of destruction. This transformation is quite difficult to achieve and requires someone to undergo God of Destruction training. Here are some details about this transformation. The Ultra Ego has a similar meaning and feeling to Ultra Instinct, but with a different tone. A transformation that in appearance resembles Super Saiyan 3, except without the big hair. Ultra Ego focuses on its user drawing out more and more power through self-indulgence in battle to a large extent. Ego fits the character Vegeta very well. In other words, the more the user takes a beating and has their fighting spirit increased, the more power they gain. Then comes the top 2, with Goku and his Ultra Instinct. Ultra Instinct, also known as Megat no Goki. Ultra Instinct is not exactly a transformation, but rather an extremely rare and difficult mental state to achieve, which even includes the gods of Dragon Ball. I believe that because Goku is not a god and uses this technique, he goes through a transformation. The one who can awaken this mental state gains the ability to react to any threat without the need to be aware of it and defend themselves. In other words, its user defends against opponents' attacks in an automatic way, as the body reacts without the need for the fighter to think of any kind of defense. The Angel Whis has already made it clear that the technique is not 100% perfect and its user is still susceptible to some types of danger when used by mortals, but since the list is of mortals, I'll leave this one in second place. Now, the first place that you must at least imagine brings us a magical nostalgia, a small reminder of how incredible Super Saiyan 2 was when it first appeared in Dragon Ball Z, and yes, we're talking exactly about Gohan with his new form. Gohan Beast, the new sensation of the moment, who was even able to break Goku's perfect instinct, with an incredible control also over his ki, something he inherited from his father for sure. Combined with his indomitable fury and his hidden power, which has always been a mystery, this time Gohan is here to stay, just like Goku already entrusted him with the Earth after the fight on Beerus' planet. He reminds us of Super Saiyan 2 and a grayish hair also. Gohan's voice lowers a bit in his new form and gains a certain woodiness similar to a beast similar to Super Saiyan 4. And since we're talking about transformations and beasts, we have our bonus that goes to him, Broly, who alongside Gohan is also a furious beast and now has reached his transformation consciously for the first time. I could have mentioned him earlier, yes, but this was the right time alongside Gohan, because for sure the fury of these two will break many barriers from here on in Dragon Ball Super. This was our video for today. Thank you for making it this far and see you next time.